Hi, I'm so glad that you're listening and joining me today. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I love to help Kingdom women just grow and find their impact online. And this year, I had the blessing and the privilege of working with Alyssa. And Alyssa is a nutritionist, and she took my Rise Up course and started implementing a lot of the lessons. I couldn't be more proud of her. And she's already been working as a nutritionist and coaching people, but she's really been taking action. She's created an online course, and she's bringing some of her amazing tips and tricks to us to help us bring more energy into our lives and to reset our health overall. I don't know about you, but as a mom with two young boys, sometimes I feel like I just get caught up in this exhaustion cycle where I just eat whatever is available. I grab something quick, but it doesn't really fill me or sustain me for the day. Chips are a really bad go-to. I don't know who else is a guilty offender. I just want salt and a bit of crunch. Another thing is dark chocolate, which isn't so bad, but when I have too much, I do get headaches. Other things just, I get so tired in the mornings. I don't know about you, but I have trouble rolling out of bed. And I asked Alyssa to come in and do this workshop just for you, because I know if you're a mom like me or a lady that's really busy and on the go, you're going to need this reset. So Alyssa, please tell us how you came about being so passionate about nutrition and how you can help us really just energize and reset our lives, because this is a huge goal for me this year.
Thanks, Michelle. I'm very excited to be here. Thank you, Ruby Tribe, for having me. And I have some fun stuff planned over the next 4 days. But just to give you a little bit of background on me, my name is Alyssa Flagg, and I am now a registered holistic nutritionist in beautiful Langley, BC. And I have 3 kids. They are fairly young, and they keep me very busy and sometimes tired. But I found a lot of ways that I can increase my energy. And so my business is really focused on helping moms find those too, without getting overwhelmed. So I've spent most of my career as an accountant. That has been my main job. However, over the past probably 10 years, I've found that it's not really my true calling. I've felt God really nudging me to move in a different direction. And I've always loved food. I've always loved cooking and baking and being in the kitchen. And so food was kind of a natural interest for me, but it really peaked when I started to struggle. So as I was working full time and going to school, I was just so tired. That's when I found meal planning, and that started to make a huge difference. And then once I also made more changes, I found I had so much more energy. I lost the acne that I'd been struggling with for years. Adult acne, who likes that? So I was so happy to leave that behind. But it was really about 5 years ago that it cemented my journey in nutrition, when my mother-in-law was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's. So this is still a very emotional thing for our family. And it really spurred me to go into the research and see what food can do, because I just couldn't accept a diagnosis with no hope. And I figured we eat 3 times a day or more sometimes, and that food affects everything in our bodies. So it also affects our brain. And there has to be a way to improve our mental health and our brain health through what we eat. And so that is where I really have focused over the last 5 years. And part of what I'm doing now as I work with busy moms is I want to bring them the nutrition info they need to increase their energy now, but to also avoid developing Alzheimer's later. So that is my big, crazy goal, is to impact as many women, men too, but I really love to focus on women, because as moms, we're often in charge of the food in our home. We're in charge of cooking and preparing things. And so I really feel like it helps to empower moms to put food on the table that nourishes them and their kids, and that helps you feel better and just really protect that brain health for the long term.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Alyssa. Your story, that I'm so glad you felt safe to share that with us, because it's not an easy one. But out of that story has come such a passion to help others. And I know you're going to help us so much this week. And every day we're emailing one of these amazing, energizing, resetting videos to your inbox. So do not miss it. It'll just be a short little watch. You're going to be able to apply the tip right away. And then you can jump back into the Ruby Tribe and tell us if you implemented the tip that Alyssa gave us, as well as how you felt afterwards. So let's stay together. Let's stay connected. Let's take this reset journey together. What do you have in store for us today? Day one of resetting.
Day one, I feel like I have to start with hydration. So we're going to talk about water. But don't tune out. I know you've heard about water. I know you've been told to drink lots of water, but stay tuned. Water is worth hearing about. So why water? Water loss of just 1 to 2% can really affect our attention and short-term memory. Just 1 to 2% of body loss of water. So that's huge. If you want to support your cognition, your energy, you want to pay attention to how much water you're drinking. So water also does a multitude of things in our body. It maintains our blood volume. It gets nutrients where they need to go. It provides structure to the cells of our body, provides lubrication for our joints. So it does so many things. So you might be wondering, how much water should I have? And that's a great question. And like many things in nutrition, it depends. So the average amount of water that I usually recommend is 2.5 to 3 liters of water per day. But another way you can look at it is taking your body weight in pounds, dividing that in half, and then timesing that by ounces. So for me, that's about 70 ounces of water a day. So if you're thinking about a water bottle, you can take one like this. This is a 500 milliliter water bottle or 16 ounce. And so I need about 4.5 of these in a day to get my water intake. And water is one of those things that as you start to drink it, you'll notice what gets you up to a good energy level. You'll also know if you've overdone it. So drink kind of that basic amount, take your body weight in pounds, divide it in half, times it by ounces, and aim for that. And if that feels good, great. If you feel like you're not quite there, add a bit more water. The other thing that you can do is find creative ways to enjoy water. So 2 of the biggest roadblocks with water that I hear are, I forget to drink water, or I don't like the taste of water. So that's fair. There's ways to get around it. So remembering to drink water can be really tricky, but there's a few simple ways that you can look at it. There's water tracking apps that you can download on your phone. So if you like using an app, there are definitely many out there. Just search water tracker in your app store and you'll find one. Or something really simple is like the elastic bands on this water bottle. So every time you refill your water bottle, take a band off. Then you know how many more times you need to refill it during the day to get your water in. It's very simple, very low tech, very easy to remember. So always keep a stainless steel or glass water bottle nearby. I like to avoid plastic because plastic can tend to leach into the water. And when we get microplastics in our system, it can wreak a lot of havoc, and it actually can be part of our cells and it can cause a bunch of problems. So I try to focus on glass and stainless steel as much as possible. So another way to remember to hydrate in the morning, because that can make a huge difference in energy, is to have a water bottle or even just a simple mason jar. This is what I use. So every night I fill up this mason jar with water, I put it beside my bed, and then first thing when I wake up, I drink the whole thing. So that's about 500 milliliters of water first thing. So if you think about it, you wake up pretty dehydrated in the morning. You've been breathing all night, that has moisture in it, so you're losing water as you sleep. So the best thing you can drink in the morning is water. I know you want your coffee, but trust me, if you try water first, you might just find that you're more energized than you think. So if you don't love the taste of plain water, I've got you. Add some lemon or lime. This is a great way to add some flavor to water. You can also add fresh mint. You can pop frozen fruit into your water and infuse it that way. There's lots of creative ways to make your water snappy. I'll also include a couple of recipes for ways to jazz up your water. So you'll get that as a resource too, so you have some ideas. I also really love herbal tea. So you can see this is what I drink throughout the day. This is a 1 liter jar. So this really helps me make it simple. I just try and get through 2 of these in a day. And then I usually have water in the morning, first thing, and then I'm covered. So herbal tea is a great way to get your hydration as well. So black tea and coffee, they're not going to help you with hydration, but herbal tea is a good one. So if you don't love plain water, herbal tea, add some fruit, jazz up your water, make it happen. So if you struggle with sensitive teeth, or you find that this is too acidic, one way to get around that is to use a straw. Or if you have lemon or lime in your water, also have a plain water nearby. So after you drink, just swish with some plain water to get the acid off your teeth, and that'll really help. So those are some strategies for you. So my challenge for you today is to figure out how much water you should be drinking. So take your body weight in pounds, divide it in half, times it by, and then it's ounces, and then figure out how much that is as far as water bottles or jars or whatever system you want to use, and get that water in. So it sounds so simple that it can't make a difference, but it can make a huge difference. I can't tell you how many clients I've had who are just amazed at the change in their energy simply because they're drinking water throughout the day. So do your body a favor and up those energy levels and make sure you're getting your water in.
Thank you so much, Alyssa. It isn't an old reminder, because we all need that. I feel like I'm constantly hounding my boys, drink a glass of water in the morning, drink a glass of water in the morning. And I just love lemon and lime. I have that all the time. Is it okay? I have a little sneaky trick. I don't like how sour it is, so I put a couple drops of stevia in. Is that still okay for hydration?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. And the other thing that I totally love, and I'm going to try, is the elastic bands on my bottle. It just never occurred to me, because I have a booklet that I could check it off, but I don't bring that booklet with me everywhere, but I always have my water bottle with me. I love that. I'm going to put it into use this week. And the other thing is, ladies, don't just do this tip today. Do it every day this week, because it'll take some time to see the difference. But how soon can we see the difference when we start hydrating properly? Does it take 1 day, 2?
I find it can make a difference the first day if you really pay attention, especially if you've been dehydrated. So sometimes it helps if you're having headaches or aches. It can just really provide that fluid your body needs, and just really helps with that attention and memory.
Okay, awesome. We are set to go, ladies. Go out, reset, and energize, and we will see you tomorrow.